So they like, I don't understand. They cut it open.
No, they numb first. So they use the needle to numb first, numb the area.
To numb your butt cheek?
Numb the butt cheeks, yes. Numb the, no, right on the cyst. Right there. So numb it. So that's the part that hurts the most. And I'm like, oh, I'm literally in there just yelling. Like the first time I did it, I was just like, ah. Second time, I'm like, yo, this hurts so bad. The nurse was like, you're doing great, honey. I almost said, bitch, shut up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 58 of the O2 podcast. For the viewers, I know last episode I said we was going to do the race purity test in, for the viewers, but we had got through about like 15, 20 and realized, yeah, some information, we don't need that on the internet.
Bro, at first, I'm like, I ain't really understood. Like for the past week, they've been talk about it. I'm like, I ain't really understood what was going on. I'm like, yeah. And we going down the list. I'm like, no. I don't want that on the internet. No.
Yeah, still shout out to the person that recommended it. It was a great idea. And it was a great idea. I think in theory, it worked. In theory, it worked very well. Just to the actual thing of like doing it, publishing it for the whole world to see. Yeah, we had to have a meeting in between.
Nobody would do it.
If we had no friends and we were making our livelihood off of this and just pure entertainment,
oh yeah,
I understand it. Mm-hmm. When we get to that point, we'll revisit this idea. But now that we still have jobs to get to, yeah, let's not do that. So if you're watching this and you really want to see it for real, this is why you like, subscribe, and comment. So we can get to the point.
Like tomorrow, then we gonna do it.
Exactly. But my brother, how you been doing, man?
I've been good. Life's good. I can't complain. I forgot I had a cyst removed on my ass, bro. It's funny. It's funny because like this is like the third time in like between this a year that I've had to go through this shit, bro. I'm literally so used to it. I'm got a dermatologist appointment coming up so they can find out what's wrong, bro. All three in the same spots, on the ass, so I can't sit. You can laugh. It's funny. Like it's funny. I swear to God, bro. Like I go to the ER. I go to the ER. Mind you. Side note. Somebody that I like works over there. I said, they have a picture of my ass on file. If she ever searched up my name, bro, or I lost, bro, like, bro, I'm telling you, and I'm like, I'm sitting out here like, I'm like, yo, like, out of all places I can get a cyst, I have it on my fucking ass. The first time it happened to me, they just used the needle to drain it out. I was like, okay, fine. The second time, I'm sitting out here thinking they're gonna do the same thing. The third time it happened, I'm sitting out here thinking they're gonna do the same thing. Doc was like, "Nah, we're gonna have to cut it open." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, we're gonna have to cut it open to make sure we get everything." The numbing part, that's the part that hurts the most, and it feels like forever, bro. That needle is this motherfucking big. The dose is this motherfucking big. So like, bro, they're like, it's gonna pinch a little, mind you. So the doctor was like, get set, all set, da. I'm laying down on the chair, butt booty naked. Like not I still got my shirt on top, bro, naked, legs spread out.
That's worse. Shirt with no drawers.
Shirt with no drawers. Everything is over there, just on the side. I'm laying down, mind you, got a cyst like the size, I would say this and another one. So times 2. Okay. Bro. Right on my ass cheek, mind you. I'm laying at this point. I'm used to it, so I'm just sitting down there comfortably. Doc comes in, and he like, is it okay if I bring in like one of my interns to watch this procedure? Feels like a fucking OnlyFans model at this fucking point. I ain't getting paid for this shit. And I'm like, sure, whatever. I'm like, honestly, it would be crazy to say no, but it is what it is. And then they're like, hi, da. I came in, mind you, I'm laying down. He's telling me how this whole procedure thing is gonna go. I'm like, the fact is, I wanted to be like, last time they just took a needle and drained it out. Why can't you do that this time? But then I'm like, you know what? You the doctor. I'm just trying to get in and out. Bro, it's the numbing portion that hurts the most. Bro, okay. So doctor was like, this is going to pinch a little bit. I was like, I've done it before. I've done the numbing portion before. This time, it felt like the doctor was just taking forever. Like mind you, it just goes. It's like the pain level just goes. Bro. I am in the ER. Mind you, the ER has no rooms. It's like just like curtains of sections. So it's not like a room, it's closed doors. It's just like a curtain closed. I'm in that bitch. Yelling. yelling.
So they like, I don't understand. They cut it open.
No, they numb it. They numb first. So they use the needle to numb first, numb the area.
To numb your butt cheek?
Numb my butt cheeks, yes. Numb right on the cyst. Right there. So numb it. So that's the part that hurts the most. And I'm like, oh, I'm literally in there just yelling. Like the first time I did it, I was just like, ah. Second time, I'm like, yo, this hurts so bad. The nurse was like, you're doing great, honey. I almost said, bitch, shut up. Like, and then after the numbing thing, they were like, he was like, all right, bet. Now we gotta cut it. And I'm like, he was like, first, let me do a test run just to see that you don't feel anything. I didn't feel anything. Like, you felt like a tingling sensation, but there was no pain. Like, it's not like a thing, but like, you felt like, yo, something is like being like crossed around here. Something is touching me. That's what it feels like. It's not like a heavy touch, but it just felt like something is like lightly just.
I know what you mean.
And so he's doing that. And so, like, bro, literally holding my ass cheek, just squeezing out cyst, bro. I felt like my manhood got taken away from me. I'm sitting out here like, God, out of all problems you could give me, mind you, I've probably gotten sick. I've gotten COVID. Me and COVID are like best friends. Apart from COVID, rarely ever get sick, rarely ever go to the ER, nothing. Bro, he's sitting there for like 5-10 minutes and he's talking to the lady, just squeezing out thing. And then they had some packaging. You're a doctor. So you have more than not. There's like some packaging.
I'm not touching no nigga's ass. I'll tell you that for free.
Hey man, the nigga had to do what he had to do. He getting paid, right? You gotta get in there. You gotta do what you gotta do. And bro, like, and so then there was like a packaging that had to get inserted so that it makes sure like all the drain, like it keeps draining out. And then so he cut it out. He's like, all right, I'm gonna insert something. The inserting portion now, yes, it's like packaging. I don't know what it is. It's basically like a moist towelette or some shit like that. But they just insert it into the area, and the son says, I don't like, the hole isn't big enough. I gotta cut more. I'm like, all right. Bro, he starts cutting, but he starts cutting it to areas that ain't none. Now I'm really like, ow. Mind you, bro, like, I'm sitting out here like, bro, probably like an inch of a cut on my ass, bro, like an inch worth of cut on my, like this much, bro. And then I'm like, and when he did that, he's like, oh, sorry. Like, nothing funny. But bro, that shit was not fun. Cause bro, like at first I'm sitting out here thinking like, cause I get like a little cyst a lot on the regular, but they always go within like a day or two. So I'm back to think. But this one just kept growing. And like, I'm sitting down. Like when I did the last pod, I was in fucking pain. I'm just sitting down. Like now I'm good. But like, I'm just sitting down, but I'm in pain. I'm uncomfortable as hell and stuff like that. Like literally so uncomfortable. It hurt. I couldn't sleep. Like for the past week, like I couldn't sleep because it's like, if I roll a certain way, it just hurts. If I cough, it hurts and stuff like that. But so I was like, but I'm fine now. You know, gave me medication for it. Got it.
Did they have to like stitch back the cut?
No, no stitches. Ain't got no stitches. I don't. Right now I'm sitting right now. Like I've just got the packaging out today. No stitches, nothing hurts. So like I ran for the first time in a week and I didn't feel no pain, nothing. So like I'm back to normal. I just gotta clean it up. Make sure like I have a freaking pad, like a fucking like a bitch on a period. Making sure that all the drainage is out and stuff like that. But bro, I'm sitting there. I'm like, yo, how do these BBL bitches get like how do this? Like, bro,
no pain, no gain, brother. No
I know. I would rather spend 5 years in the gym trying to grow an ass than going there. Bro, I'm like, that mind you, cutting up. I'm like, I got an itch cut. I'm sitting there yelling. That's what I'm getting like, the whole butt cheek just cut off.
When you get it, you're under anesthesia for a BBL, so it's not really like.
But the afterward pain, bro, how these folks be going through that? Like, you couldn't pay me enough.
I'm thinking, sometimes I'd be ungrateful in life because this week I felt like I had a hard week, but I'd rather go through my week 2 times before I got to go through what you just went through. Yeah, no, I'm not spreading the ash for nobody. I'm sorry at that point. That's just gonna have to take me. But then again, I'm talking like this now till I get it, bro. And all of a sudden, I'm right there with you. Bro. This week I was thinking about something we come and discuss as the two of us, and I found an interesting topic. I think we could weigh in on, make it short, nice, and sweet. Because when it's us two, just short, sweet, nice convos, right? So. There's a new character in my life, and she doesn't want to be disclosed. We're close at the moment, but she doesn't want to be disclosed, and I can't use her actual name. So
she knows about the pod?
Of course, she knows about the pod. She hasn't watched it.
Okay.
No, but she knows about it. But for purposes, for viewers, if you're a loyal viewer, he's gonna call. You know how Specs calls his. You know what Specs calls his wife? Podolsky. You never heard of him?
Yeah. He does. Yeah.
I've been trying to think of a niche footballer that has the same initials as she does. So we're gonna call her Berbatov, right? Because that's tough. We're gonna call her Berbatov. Berbatov has a brother, right? And the brother is going through his very first heartbreak.
How old is he?
He's a freshman in college.
He'll be all right.
And
how long
I thought we could come here and we could share, our past experiences with heartbreaks, how we've gone over it, and advice to the youngins who are coming up right now going through it. Man, them, because I'm not gonna lie, heartbreak really will break you.
Get that shit out the way young, bro.
So I'm trying to think before we kick it off, Ibra. What do you think so far is your worst heartbreak? If you don't mind sharing for the Mandem.
Oh, you already know. What? What's it, junior, sophomore year of high school? Man, I got let on like a motherfucker. She was good. That was good. Like, now it's funny. Like, if I was to see her now, I'd full conversation, nothing. I wouldn't be mad, bro. Because it's funny now. It's funny. I
don't think you ever gave us the rundown. Like, all I know is that you got let on
real good.
Like, but how? Like, you talk to us, brother.
Do you know how you lead a person on, make them think everything da da da, and then when you shoot for the shot,
what signs was she giving you?
It's the regular. Like, I don't know how to put. It's the regular signs that you like. Oh, y'all them like me. You're talking every day. Like whoopty whoop. Like flirty, bro. Freshman year, sophomore year, some junior year ish of soccer of high school. Our thing was Central Park. Central Park East. Like the nice thing was we had a small field. So we had a small field there. So every time during lunch, we would always go and play soccer. Brother, I stopped that just to hang out with shorty. This is serious. Back then it was serious. My name was on that football team. My name was balling. My mom would be like, why are you coming home at 11 to 12 o'clock just from playing soccer? Mom, this is serious. Pro or no pro, Mundum is going to ball. It don't matter. Yeah. Like, bro, I'll never forget the first time I've ever gotten up in arms with my mom was, you know how African moms be, bro. She had a dream one day, that I was at Malcolm Dam Park with a bunch of group of people and I was smoking. And then she caught me. She said, come, let's go. I said, no. And she was literally ready to make me stop playing soccer, like on some real shit. At first, I'm like, you're joking, right? Straight face, mean mug. She said, I'm not joking. I was like, you're about to make me quit a sport that I love because you had a fucking dream? She's like, yes. Like, bro, I'll never forget. That's why I started bringing my little brother around. Like you see that period, like you always see him. I was like, bro, he could come with me just so that he could tell me what to do. I'm like, bro, I'm not about to quit. So ball was serious for Monday back then, bro.
The thing is, I think we all had an understanding we weren't going pro, but we just love the game. We really just love the game.
Today, I still love the game.
I still do.
I still love the game.
I think you understand when I go to a place to play pickup and I see the ball, how excited I get. I'm like, about to give me some touches on the ball.
Then, like, bro, the thing is, like, it's not even just the love of the game, but competing. Do you know how excited I get when I feel like, yo, he might be better than me, but I'm like, yo, that shit.
He gonna feel this pain.
He gonna feel me, like, bro. I joined a freaking co-ed team, bro. And like, mind you, at first I'm like, I'm not playing defense on a freaking co-ed team. Y'all boys got me all the way fucked up. Not doing that. I'm just not doing it. At first, like I told him, I was like, yeah, I play defense. They're like, oh, I was like, but I'm not playing defense. They all just looked at me. I'm like, you can argue it, but I'm not gonna do it. They're like, okay, cool. And this game I decided to play, man, I seen this one kid just dribbling around everybody. Something in me was like, I gotta stop him. He gotta feel me. You gotta know who the fuck I am. I was like, that competitor in me, I'm like, that thing, I was like, to this day. But bro, she like, oh, yeah, you can't play so it was serious for Monday. Do you know how serious it was for me to stop?
You don't gotta tell me twice. Maybe to the viewers you got to, but I knew how serious ball was life. But Monday may have nothing else but ball, man. They don't understand.
Bro. And I'm sitting out here like, bro, it's like all the main signs, like, bro, like, so I'm stopping doing all that during lunchtime. Eventually, you shoot the ball, and then the person's like, huh? What? And I'm like, hold up. Wait, am I reading this the wrong way? Like, yo, I wish I still had those texts. I'm like, am I reading this the wrong? I know I'm not blind. I know I'm not stupid. And it's funny, bro, because I remember like one of my it was Dowder. I saw all the message Dowder. He's like, bro, you're not bugging, bro. I'm like, I know I'm not tweaking. I was like, I know I'm not tweaking. I'm like, yo. But then again, after that day, bro, like when that shit happened to me, something just flipped. Like it's like a flip. Like that's not the first time I've ignored somebody. She's the second person I ever ignored. The first one was the first John.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, because she don't get up and be like, I hope she sees this. If she ever does, she don't get up and be like, I still remember that to this day. only dated him because I felt sorry for him. You came to me. Like, I was like,
you asked me for my hand. What the fuck you mean? I begged you. It never get desperate over here, baby girl. It never get desperate.
I was like, listen. I was like, one thing for sure. I'm not gonna sit down here and be like, I've always been the man. I've always been the man with the confidence. I just don't like disrespect. Now you get a complete different side of me. I ain't sitting out here saying like, I was like freaking Duke Dennis back and all that shit. I had all the confidence in the world, but I know how I reacted once I got disrespected. So I was like, for me, it was all cool. Until like you could leave, cool. You're gonna start getting disrespectful now with the things you're telling people, acting like shit don't come back. I was like, I bet I got something for your ass. Ignore it.
I'm trying to. And so after she had led you on,
and it was just like a
and you just ignored her.
Okay. And no, like it was just like honestly like a quick pullback. Like, you know, when somebody just pulls the rug straight from under your feet. I was like,
I know.
And after I realized that, like, bro, literally like something in my mind just flipped. And ever since that day, with women, like, I can't unflip it. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm still a lover boy. Deep down in my heart, I'm just a boy. But there were certain things after I seen it, I was like, I can never unsee this again. But bro, the good thing was, it happened to me when I was young. When you're young, you're resilient. I realized that. like, bro, like when you're younger, you are so much more resilient. Not like it takes more effort to be resilient, but like you're still gonna do it. But when you're young, like shit is like, all right, man, it happened. But bro, like,
I'm trying to think. The first, I think I said about the pod before. The girl I got on my knees for it. That one was like a heartbreak. That was like, but I don't think that much was a heartbreak more like anything. But like for real, the first time I really felt that shit in my chest for real. I think you're gonna notice. You know, the viewers. You know, it's. The thing is, this is a 2-part series, but the second part, you're not going to see the second. The second part, we got to say that for like episode 100, where I really give you the details. But the first part, I think it was my senior year of high school. I think that was peak quadro in high school. You know, man, them been balling for a little bit. You know, had some notoriety in the school. And I was a chill guy. You know, and I started hanging out with. You had this kid come into our school from a boarding school. He came, he was like, had his own thing going on. I would hang out with him often, and he hanged around some girls. And I think it was 3 girls at the time. It was the girl who I ended up dating, her friend, and then a third. So me and one of the friends, we started hitting off. It started over fried rice. He would buy fried rice, you know, back then man, there was an Uber Eats thing, you know, he would buy fried rice. And then, but then I knew she liked me, but and then it would be like, she would get fried rice and she'd be like, oh, are you gonna come eat it with me? I'm like, Johnine, stop. I'm like, stop. Like you know easy. But the thing is, I've never been somebody that like, I go off of signals. Like, you have to tell me you like me for me to believe you. Like, you can't play that game with me. So eventually, we got pretty close. But at the same time, you know, and the thing is, back then, my decision making, I had poor decision making, bro. No decision making in the final third. There was this other girl that I was messing with that I had liked for like a long time, and that just started to click as I was building this thing. So we had a little bit of a rough patch there, but me and the girl had a relationship. To be fair, in that, looking back now, one of the most immature relationships I've ever been in. Like, I didn't really take her seriously. All I cared about was hanging out with the man, them doing this. I was just on tomfoolery. And then one day she break up, and I'm like, what did I do? Right? And I'm seeing like, what did I do?
Did she say like, if you leave this room, we're done?
I need to stop forgetting stuff. Like, I need to stop. I really need to stop.
It's a good thing, bro.
Yeah, we argued a bunch. And then this one day we went over to her place. It was me and another friend I no longer speak to, and we went over to her place, and then we had argued, and then she looked me dead in the eye and was like, if you leave, there's no coming back from this. I was like, don't you threaten me. Dipped. Relationship never came back to, like,
she was staying in her business. You're like,
yeah. And this was December heading into our freshman year, back to campus for the second semester. So doesn't really hit. I try to get her back. I'm calling, bro. I'm listening to sad songs. I'm like, bro, what's going on? I find out my man from there is on that. He brought my heart. You would think somebody reached into my heart, pulled it out, and just
like it's different if it's just another nigga you don't know. Like, it's still gonna hurt, but it ain't gonna hurt. But
it's like, I think one of the worst pains in this lifetime I have ever experienced is having your girl snatched from under you by a person you thought was your friend. Because it just sends you to a whole, like, how long have you been plotting? Since when have you been plotting? Like, your plate isn't, mind you, and it's not like his plate was empty. He was getting some, but you want to roll on my plates? Bro, because when I found out they had gotten together, bro, and mind you, for the viewers, I really hope that man sees this. To this very day, this man has not been man enough to look me in the eye and be like, yeah, I took it. He's still lying about it like we don't know. Damn. But I remember my heart, bro. I would get up and go to class, bro. I'm numb. I can't eat. I can't drink water.
That shit.
Bro, I don't got to tell nobody, bro. I'm in my dorm. Bro, I just got headphones on. I'm sad.
That's true, bro.
And that's when I found the gym. I don't think niggas understand. That semester when I got my heartbreak, when I came back, niggas didn't recognize who I was. I was in there trying to feel something, bro. And I remember I was like when her brother had brought up when we were talking about her brother's heartbreak. I'm like, I feel like everybody goes through this.
You have to.
Like it's a rite of passage. You have to get used to, at least as a guy, you have to get used to the feeling of getting your heart broken. But you got to get it over with early.
You got to.
Right? And she was asking me, she was like, oh, like how did you get over your heartbreak? And I'm just like, I didn't really get over it. It just with time, it just got better. Like you just have to like keep going. And then that one day I just woke up and I was like, I really don't care as much as I care anymore.
Yeah. It's time. Like honestly, it's like you never truly forget anything, but you just learn how to live with it. Like there is no bad feeling like heartbreak in it. It's not like eventually after a couple of years, it becomes funny. It's something you could talk about and just laugh about. Like, you know what I mean? Like you would be like, eventually down the line, you're like, I can't believe I let Shorty had me like that. like, bro. And then like eventually after a couple of years, bro, you just be like, I really let Shorty had me like that. Like I can't believe she had me like that. But like, bro, I be hearing like people who like had their first heartbreak when they 30, when they 40. I'm like, 40?
40, you have a job, bills, and responsibilities, bro. You don't have the luxury to be sad, bro. You don't have that luxury.
And it's so crazy. And it's so crazy. I realized like the pain, like honestly, like the pain never really changes for a man. Because bro, like I'm friends with one of my homies. He's in his 40s, like mid 40s. Bro, he was telling me about like what his shorty was doing to him, like what his ex shorty was doing to him, and like when they broke up, and like he was talking to me, and bro, like I heard the pain in his voice. Mind you, this is like somebody like who was like my mom's age, and I can hear the pain in his voice, bro, when he was telling me, and I'm like, yo, bro, like. I was like, listen, he was telling me the shit that was happening. I was like, bro, if you were to went to jail, I would have bailed you out, bro. I understand. Because like, that's why I was like, listen, I would never, ever hit a woman, but I avoid women who do certain stuff where that would make me act out of character. Yeah. I was like, you gotta learn how to take time to be friends with a woman. Because one thing I've realized with a lot of women, certain women don't know the line because it's like, bro, I can get away with it, which is like, bro, I would never put my hands on a woman, but I was like, I've seen situations where like other men put hands on a woman where I'm like, yo, like, it's crazy that you did that, but
like there's a part of me that is I get what you mean.
Yeah, there's a part of me where I was like, bro, like you shouldn't have hit her, bro, like you just leave, but I'm like, it's a valuable crash out. It's a valuable crash. What do you mean you fucked my man's came back and fucked me? Like it's a valuable crash out. Like that's not what happened to him, but like that's what I've heard scenarios of.
But then again, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm a good Samaritan either. I've doled out my fair share of heartbreaks.
I never hit a woman. Just a good
I've given out my fair share of heartbreaks. I feel like I've received what I've put out.
Yeah,
I will put my hands up and be like, that is the one fact that got me through a lot of breakups. Is that I'm just like, Quadro, somewhere, somehow, you're paying back. This is payback for something. You might not know what it is, but it's payback for something. So I remember, and it's so funny to me. I'm just like, because I told you, recently, my ex from the 5th grade reached out to me, and we were like talking, chopping it up, and stuff like that. And like in my head, I'm just like certain things I could look back and I could laugh at now. Like it's funny now, but. Heartbreak is, I'm not gonna lie, when I was going through it, it was no joke, bro.
Ain't funny.
I couldn't eat, sleep, bro. I didn't feel like myself at a certain point, bro.
You literally like look yourself in the mirror like, who did my mom raise me to be? Like it makes you question your whole livelihood. Like it's like, how did I, like you're just wondering like, what did I do to get to this point? Like how did I even let this happen to me? And that's the part like that part like where it's like, bro, this is really, I really let this happen to me. Like for me, there's a part of it, something like when that first happened to me, I'm like, I really let this bitch get one up on me. That was what was running in my head. Like I'm like, yo, like I let this person get one up on me. Like I like you know, but like I said, God is always gonna get my get back, because what happened to her next, I was just like,
my whole thing and that whole situation with the heartbreak. The funny thing is, I think they're still together now in some capacity.
Like, how you know that?
Like information just, I didn't even go look for this. Information just finds me. Like it just finds me. I think last year they took like a vacation to like Texas or something, and I had found out this was like last year, like a year and a half ago.
Disrespectful.
And I'm like, but my whole thing is, and this is one thing a motif I'll keep preaching on this podcast. Your home, you cannot look me in the eye and be like,
your Judas. That nigga called you a Judas.
But it's so funny now because man them been in the gym. The me back then is not the me now. And when I look at him sometimes, I'm just like, a part of me is itching to be like, I wish you would talk to me how you talked to me back then, so I could really show you we're not on the same level no more. I really, bro. But it's like some of those things where I'm just like, it teaches you a lot about yourself, but it also like I feel like a heartbreak is one of those lessons that as a guy it sticks with you. Because when you go through a heartbreak, it's not those things where you can go and talk to your other man about because they'll laugh at you.
We gonna laugh first and then be like, "You good?"
Yeah, that's how you don't want to talk to them.
Oh yeah.
So it's like those things, and I'm like, to her brother, I haven't spoken to the brother yet. I think I'll speak to him maybe like a week or two from now. But I was like, it happens to everybody, bro. Here are my top 3 tips for if you're going through a breakup. 1, you just gotta let the emotions pass. You can't try to rush. You gotta feel it. You can't try to feel it. Just feel it, and eventually, like day by day, it's gonna go.
It's gonna get better.
2, don't latch onto what leave it behind you.
Leave it.
No matter how many times you want to spin the block or they want to spin the block on you, leave it in the past. And my one rule number 3, never. Oh, we keep elevating. Never. I don't think understand. My biggest fear is somebody I used to mess with looking at me and being like, "Damn, he fell off." That will never be me. I'm always with God's grace. I'm always on the up and up. I'm always on some way somehow. I'm gonna find a way. So those 3 things, I feel like you just gotta get through it and get through it. And mind you, this isn't even my worst heartbreak I've had. My worst heartbreak I've had. Eventually, I'm gonna be able to sit here and we're gonna go through it and we're gonna laugh together as brethren. That day is not today.
Bro, it's so crazy because it's like I had a dream about the nigga like the other week about the second nigga. I was just like, that's weird. Damn. Because it's funny because we was talking about like I was like, yo, bro, like I was like I back my friend's beef. I was having this conversation with somebody. I was like, listen, usually there's certain levels where it's like there's a level of like beef where I'm like, I'm not gonna pick side, but there's a level where I'm like, nah. You gotta pick a side. Like, I was like, there's no diplomatic nothing. You gotta pick a side.
Literally. So I was like, there's certain things where I'm just like, I didn't really, not really, like I think up until this point, I don't have any like regrets, or I don't have any like I've had enough time in isolation to like think about certain things and like
because you were genuine at the end of the day. Because you were genuine about it.
Yeah, and that not maybe not the first situation, but in the second situation, for the most part, I did everything I like. For that second situation, that heartbreak, what got me through it towards the end was that I was like, I don't think there's anything I could have done better. I was doomed from the start. I was fucked before I even knew I was fucked. Yeah. Like by the time I found out, I was maybe like 3-4 months deep in it. So it was like there was nothing I could have done because I genuinely could not have seen it coming.
But the thing was though, you were telling me the signs. I seen it. And I get it. I definitely understand. Because sometimes there's 2 things that's going on in your mind. It's like 1, no way that's happening. And 2, that's happening? There's like, no way this is happening?
No, the minute I caught it, I was like, I've seen it. Like, because again, I keep telling people, I have the playbook to this whole situation. Like, there's not a play you could put. I have not seen it. I saw it in my mind. I'm like, surely not. I was like, surely not. Surely, there has to be some other logical explanation as to what I think is going on. Mm-hmm. And by the time we caught on, it was like too late. Yeah. But heartbreaks happens to everyone. You don't necessarily need. And the thing I hate about certain things, or the thing I dislike, I've grown to dislike, is when a heartbreak happens and people like you feel the need to go out and put that hurt onto other people.
Yeah.
And this comes from somebody who thought that was the solution. It's not, bro. You gotta learn to just move on and call it a day. Yeah. You gotta learn to move on and call it a day. At the end of the day, what you said that a couple episodes ago, you don't go through this life without some cuts and bruises. Man.
Yeah, it's there's no good or bad shit. It's just shit happens. That's it. Like, and honestly, all of it makes you better, makes you stronger. Because, bro, the mental fortitude it takes not to like. I'm not gonna sit down here like me. Like, I'm not always tough. Some moments, all of us as men, we all have weak moments. The mental fortitude it takes for you to not pick up your phone and be like, "Baby, just please, just what's wrong? I can fix it." But like, bro, every nigga like to act tough, but bro, we've all had moments where you want to pick up your phone, but you're just like, I'd rather die.
I'll do one better. I've been in that situation where I did not overcome that mental fortitude. I picked up the phone and said, "Baby, please," and I do. The thing is, sometimes I think about my past self, and I'm so, bro. I have literally gotten on the phone and begged to be like, take me back. And thinking back about it now, like taking myself out of the situation, it's like the girl was done with you, disgusted. She didn't want nothing to do, and you're sitting here begging. What did Sully say?
Disgusting.
Get up. That's disgusting.
That's disgusting. Don't beg. That's disgusting. Like it's.
But at the end of the day, it happens. It happens. The most important thing is you just gotta learn. You gotta move on from it, bro. You got to move on from it.
It was funny because I was watching a Giveon interview, and he was talking about how like when he lost one of his exes, He said, he's like, in my head, it feels like 2 Texas. But really, I've set like 100. He's like, my phone looks like the ocean right now. Like,
there was once, and this is like a caveat. There was one time there was like a heartbreak situation where I was texting him, I was blocked, so I had to text Brody to tell her to unblock me so we could talk.
And that nigga was taking his time. He was taking like 10 hours to respond back, and I'm like, yo, I'm literally, bro, I'm like on the right side of your ear, like. What's taking Brody so long to respond back? Like, I'm like, you're there, physically there with her, so she can't ignore you. If I tell you, you my mandem, if I tell you, and you go to school, my shorty, if I tell you, go get some information, I want you to get up and go knock on her fucking door. This ain't no sit down and send her, no. I need to see you. My homie needs to talk to you. Unblock him. Yeah, I'm like, this man is taking a whole day just to respond back. Whole time he wanted your plate.
At this point, you can at the end of the day, you're gonna get hungry again because you're that greedy.
Yeah, like honestly, and the other advice I'd give is like, bro, like you meet other people, like you meet other people where you're just like, shoot, why am I crying over that? Like you meet other people genuinely, like you're just like, why am I crying over that? So you'll get over it.
Also, to bounce off of that, I just also think it's like a learning experience. Like every heartbreak teaches you. At least for me, every time I've either been through a breakup or something else, it's taught me the lesson of like, here's what you did wrong. Here's what went right. You had happy moments, you had bad moments. Now, if you're going to move on, what are we going to do differently and how are we going to approach it differently? And then with me, like at least with me, it's gotten better each and each time. Minuscule, but it's gotten better each and each time. And I feel like that's something that if you're going through a heartbreak, you got to like really dig into sometimes and be like, this is like how I got to, like you got to look at the glasses like half full and not half empty.
Bro, you got to like, honestly, you got to like dig deep to not like, it takes a whole lot of mental fortitude to not crash out, to not just break down and cry, to not just want to be like, baby, please
take me back.
Take me back.
I'll do anything. You want flowers? You want to go on trips? Yeah, like, anything you want to do? I'm ready to be the man you never had.
Like, it's too late. It's too late. Like it's so funny sometimes. Like I be hearing about like breakup stories from like girls, and like some niggas do be like they say shit like, "You're never gonna meet another man like me." Bro, I've heard women. I've heard a girl. She said that. She was like, honestly, he was right. Like she was like, bro, he's sitting there crying, and I'm just sitting there looking at him. He's like, he's on his knees crying, and then he just stops for a second, looks up at me, and then he says, "You're never gonna find another man like me, and I promise you that." And then she was like, 8 years later, yeah, he's right. She was like, I miss you, Pookie.
8 years.
So some niggas, honestly, like some niggas do get the last laugh. Cause like I've heard like somebody said, she was like, yo, she was like, if you knew deep down in your heart you was a genuine person, the deepest get back is that they'll never get access to you again. Especially when they come back on some, I'm sorry, and all that other stuff. Bro, she was like, bro, he told me, look me in my eye while with tears running down his face. Tell me.
That's a different level of pain to put on your anger to the side and just get that one last word out before you dip, bro.
That nigga, he said, you're never gonna find another nigga like me. And then she was like, yeah, he was right. I'm like, 8 years later? 8 years later, I moved on with my life. Whether I'm in the wrong or right.
The funny thing about getting the last laugh is by the time you get there, you don't even care. It means nothing to you. Bro. Like 8 years, he's probably moved on. He's done a couple things, bro. Your name is probably just like something that comes in his mind when he's like deep in thought in bed, bro. It doesn't really matter.
Like, it's so crazy. I was like, because like sometimes you get those texts that be like, realize I messed up. In your head, you're like, the train has already left the station, shorty. Don't spin the block. I've moved addresses. I was like, I've moved addresses. I don't live in this neighborhood no more, but you be all right, though. Tough guys never lost.
Tough people do. But without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us know down in the comments. What's your toughest heartbreak? I would love to get some heartbreak stories. Let us know what the heartbreak was and how you healed from it. So, other man them can join. And, we would love for the gal them to let us know too, because we don't have a gal them perspective. I'd love to know how y'all get through y'all heartbreaks and stuff. Because I know some girls when they crash out when they get their heartbroken.
It's the same. It's the same as guys. No. Like it depends on the type of girl. Like for example, like are we still going or?
Oh, no, we ended it. We could pick this up some other time. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's been another 2-man episode. We hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Last time I checked, we had 102 subscribers.
Big motion. Big motion.
Without further ado, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.